Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit, and in the green, welcome back to Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Now, it's worth noting that I haven't actually done the second stage of Kinstone Fusions, mostly because I want to actually get a certain item which will help us navigate the world map. While we're here though, we can pop into the dojo because we have a new skill to learn. Once you get the Pegasus boots, come back and talk to our teacher.
Ah, yes, you have the Pegasus boots, and you seem to have more skill too. Yes, I am ready to train you again. So, would you like to train here? You will now learn a new technique, the dash attack. First, equip the Pegasus boots. Second, equip your sword. Third, run like crazy. That's all, young swordsman. Do you understand? Yes! Yes! You are my finest student! Just equip your sword and the Pegasus boots to any button you like. But one must feel the technique, not just hear about it. That's why I will now possess your body so as to demonstrate the technique. This is the Swift Blade Switcheroo technique of training. Watch this. Switch. Roo!
And of course he runs us into a wall.
Phew! And ow. Now, you must try it yourself. Equip the Pegasus boots and your sword, and then run like crazy. Yes! Fine work! You learn quickly. I will now give you this Tiger Scroll. If you ever forget this technique, you can learn again from this scroll.
So there we are. The dash attack is usually not one that has to be taught to us. In games where you have the Pegasus boots accessible, you can generally use that technique just by equipping both of them. You don't have to be taught the technique. It is interesting to note that you won't be able to use it under normal circumstances if you haven't been to the dojo. Let's try not to stab any townsfolk. But we will be making our way back into the Castor Wilds. We will have to navigate that area, and there will be some Kinstone fusions along the way. We'll have to drop down into the western woods in order to get there. Well, that was a little odd. Come back here, you. There we are. And money. Money is always welcome if you want to go and grab some Kinstone Pieces, buy some Picolite from Beetle, but one of the Kinstone fusions we will wind up doing will ultimately give us the ability to buy random Kinstones. Anyway, we are now back in the Castor Wilds. The dark and dingy swamplands can be crossed effortlessly with the Pegasus boots. If you need to change direction, you can very quickly do so. Once you start running at top speed, you will go back on top of the muck. We can't go this way. We can't swim. And we don't have any means of jumping. For some reason, Link can run all day, but he's never learned how to jump or swim. If we head up here, we will see a P-Hat roaming around. If you have the boomerang, you can stun them. As well as the usual, use them as a projectile with the Gust Jar thingy. Also interesting to note that their little propeller will just fly off. We have to find 3 gold Kinstones in this area. Also note that little patch of flowers there. That's actually going to be important for later Kinstone fusions. Once we complete the next dungeon, we'll also be opening up stage 3 of the Kinstone fusions. So watch out for the snakes. And head on down here. We have some pretty interesting architecture along the way. Ropes you might have seen in the episode where I dealt with Kinstone fusions. Gold ropes are a bit more, well, psychotic. Oh, there's a nice chest. Humph! So a guardian is protecting the treasure. Take care while fighting it. Well, the game calls it guardians, but they are actually dark nuts. If you get the timing right, you can roll through them and avoid their attacks that way. I think they get a bit smarter about that the first time. Wait for them to attack. They do have a pretty long reach, though. If we can get at it, couple more blows should take... one more blow should take care of this guy. And here is one of our unique Kinstone fusions. The unique ones are always gold. I'll admit that I don't handle dark nuts as well as I could. I usually try to use the trick of rolling through them and then taking them out, but there are better methods in all fairness. So we need to find 3 of those gold Kinstone pieces in order to progress through the Castor Wilds. We can't go down this way, but we will need to head up here. If we head back down here, we can get to near our starting area. There's, I think, something else we can grab down here. No, this way is cut off. But there is also an area we can access with certain Kinstone fusions when we wind up becoming a Minish. That will be some time, however. So we'll make our way back up here. And on we go. Let's see, am I even going the right way? Not quite. This is the way we'll need to go later. There's one of those odd little caves as well. Now we need to hop off somewhere, I think. Is it here? Yes. This is the next area we need to go to. Note that you'll be able, later on, to push all those rocks in to connect the paths. If we manage to get over the other side, we might be able to head up there from the start, actually. Of course, the big question is how to get back to the start. So if we go in here... Ah, no wait, this is an important spot we need to go to. We can talk to this guy. But we can also get a Kinstone fusion. Let's talk to him, though. I want to sell you arrows, but you don't have a bow. Come back later. Hey, do you want to fuse Kinstones with me? Well... So, there we go. We've set up a Kinstone fusion. And I will get around to showing you a little bit later on. This is a Kinstone shop that's often missed. You'll find it in Minish Woods. We will get to that in due course. Not just yet, though. Look at that! A perfect fit. That means good luck for us. It certainly is good luck for us, worth noting. Yes, if we get over there, we can get another gold Kinstone piece. But, let's see, are we able to get over there? No, I think we will have to come back that way a bit later, so we'll need to dash around the muck and drown. There we go. Now, we can't navigate up to that area here as Minish Link because we will need Kinstone fusions to wind up accessing those little cracks. But this particular Minish path we certainly can access. Gust jar out and away we go. Make our way past these, well, I presume they're meant to be flowers, but they look like beautiful crystal structures, really. It's a fairly sedate sail. And pop down this little crack into a crowd of these things. And I still haven't managed to remember what they're called. I'm going to have to look that up. These ones are a bit crazier to deal with, but... Oh, I need that. One very big chest, which gives us the bow outside a dungeon. We will need that to take on those big statues we see around the place. Those are Igor statues. You might remember the Igor enemy from Majora's Mask. These sort of work on a similar principle, but they do honor that classic Zelda tradition, of if it has a big singular eye, stab it in that. Or shoot an arrow into it. It's only really in Hyrule Warriors that you actually have one of those enemies that even thinks about protecting its eye, in all fairness, because Goma actually will close its eye sometimes. Now, I'm pretty sure that up there is where we need to go, but I always have a bit of a compulsion for exploring. Which is going to be a little bit difficult because there's not a lot of room for flexibility. I think we should head up this way so we can deal with this one. Now, that is one nasty looking statue. That one eye has such an evil glower. So we already know what we have to do. To wake them up, hit them in the eye. And there we go, we get an arrow pickup. So once we get the flippers, there will of course be more we can do in this particular area, and that is one persistent P-hat. Now if I'm right, yes, an arrow will take care of that P-hat. Here we are. Gold Kinstone piece number 2. So we can lift these if we want any pickups, but I don't think we get any. A little bit bothersome, so let's continue on our merry way. We can head back here, and we will be able to go up past that other Igor we saw. That was a crappy shot. There we go. Down it goes. Better get my sword out and take care of the ropes. Don't know why they're called ropes, in all fairness. There's probably some weird explanation somewhere along the way. Maybe it was a mistranslation, who knows? Anyhow, we have to make our way over the waters and touch down happily here. So, as we travel through, you will note we can access this area as a Minish. Once again, we need Kinstone fusions. You will also need the flippers if you want to easily navigate those puddles, And we have a gravestone out in the middle of the swamp. But this is no ordinary gravestone. We have a teacher here who has died some time ago. We can steal the heart piece. And we might as well at least say hello, since we have effectively broken and entered.
Though my body may perish, I am still the true Master Swordsman of Hyrule. Swiftblade the First, Spirit of the Swordsman. If you train with me, I will teach you skills that are out of this world. It seems you are not yet ready to train with me. Come back when you have all 7 Tiger Scrolls.
So we have one ultimate technique to get. We shall continue to navigate the marsh and muck. Head along here. Don't run into the P-hat. Alright, run into the P-hat. We can at least steer where we're going. And we get another one of those strange markers. There we go. Let's push that up there to give us a shortcut. And let's give this guy a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, which I suppose essentially that's what an arrow is. Alright, so we have one more gold Kinstone piece to collect. Navigating the Castor Wilds isn't too difficult, really, once you get your bearings. It's not that complex, and once you open up all the little shortcuts and things, it can be fairly easy. Though I am perplexed. I did see that chest somewhere over here. That guy had it coming. The explorer in me is taking over now. Where was that chest? It was up there, wasn't it? That's right. Maybe we'll be able to find it when we head up to this other area, so I'd better not stuff around too much. Fortunately, that doesn't hurt you, because those spines can be a bit dangerous. But let's go up this way. And we have to cruise on down. I think I'll have to get back to the start of the area in order to get that last chest I saw, and I'm going to wind up running off and doing that just because I can. There we are. That's the Castor Wilds pretty much taken care of. We have our gold Kinstone pieces. We will be able to navigate the area as we please now. There we go. Not this way, it's the other way. Head on down here and... Alright, so there's obviously something important in this chest. Now, I wanted to try and make sure I actually got some more red Kinstone pieces. Those are the hardest ones to find, and once you do actually get those, you're sitting pretty with your Kinstone fusions. That is a blue Kinstone P. Well, that's suspicious. Now, those are, I've mentioned them before, they are rupee likes. It's a fairly dirty trick, if I'm going to be honest, but you at least get the money out of it. So, we have done pretty much everything we need to here. We just have to make those last Kinstone fusions with these statues. Still haven't got any of the small red pieces, but that block, which bars our entrance to the Wind Ruins, will gradually crack. Once you make all 3 fusions, it will shatter. 9 Kinstone fusions in the game revolve around these gold Kinstone pieces. They are plot mandated. In a sense, the hurdy-gurdy man's first fusion is plot mandated because, as you saw in that video, he can actually wind up being one of the random Kinstone fusions. So the way to the Wind Ruins is open now, but what I'm going to do is run back to Minish Woods and we'll go and investigate that shop which opened up. We can take on the Wind Ruins in the next one. Now, if I'm right, which is not always the case, I'm not ashamed to admit I can screw up. Ah, good. We have a very quick path through the Castor Wilds, so I'll see you back at the Minish Woods. And there we go. This is the tree we want. Let's see if... That works surprisingly well.
Okay, you got me. I'll make it up to you by selling a Kinstone piece for 100 rupees. So what do you say, huh?
Alright, so this looks like it's completely random. Fantastic, just green ones. Hey, we got a red one, that's all good. Good, I got one of those little wedge-shaped red ones, but we're still going to go back to the next dungeon and get things right. So, the difference between that guy and the Goron Merchant is the prices are always the same, but it's completely random. The Goron Merchant will at least give you one of each to buy and he'll restock once you've bought all of them, but his prices keep going up, so arguably that shop is even better. But then again, you can kind of get money for nothing at times in this. You do not, unfortunately, get your chicks for free. That's kind of a stock reference, sorry about that. So, we will get our skates on. Now I wonder, there is one thing what did I run into? Now, there's something in town I do want to inquire about. It's still not open. I have to wait until the third until the third dungeon is done, I believe. This still isn't open yet. I believe a Kinstone Fusion might open that. But now, I'm playing on the Wii U Virtual Console, so I have the perk that at that money-making game, I can save scum and make a fortune. So, we're pretty much done on our main duties for now. Next time, we will be delving into the Wind Ruins, making our way to the third dungeon. And we're pretty much there already. Well, so we'll head there next time. Thank you very much for joining me, and there was kind of blatant padding at the end, sorry about that. Until next time, this is Red 2 returning to base.